Today, without realizing it, you are throwing away objects that could become essential resources to protect your family during a serious crisis. You don't do it out of carelessness or lack of responsibility, but because we live in a society that has taught us to believe that anything old, broken, or seemingly useless has no value. That mentality works as long as the economic system operates normally. But when supply chains stop, when currency loses value, when supermarkets empty out and services stop working, what you consider trash today can become the difference between stability and despair. Below, you will find 15 objects that most people throw away daily, without imagining that they could become fundamental assets in a scenario of economic collapse or prolonged scarcity. Glass jars and containers. Glass jars from sauces, preserves, or jams are one of the most versatile resources that exist. They are airtight, reusable, resistant, and allow you to see their contents. In times of crisis, such as during the Great Depression, those who had jars to preserve food managed to store harvests and survive harsh winters. They serve to store grains, ferment vegetables, keep seeds, organize screws, or even to trade with others. Keeping between 50 and 100 jars of different sizes gives you a solid base for any situation. Old clothes and fabric scraps. A torn t-shirt is not trash. It is raw material. The fabric can become rags, bandages, insulation, improvised filters, wicks for lamps, or barter material. During World War II, every piece of fabric was reused to the end. If you know how to sew, that value multiplies. You can repair clothes, create new ones, or trade your skills for other goods. Sort and store the scraps in labeled boxes. Many batteries that seem depleted still hold enough charge for clocks, remotes, or small radios. In a crisis, even a few minutes of energy can be crucial. Batteries can also be rotated between high and low consumption devices to make the most of them. And even when fully discharged, they contain metals and components useful for repairs or improvised projects. In countries that have experienced economic collapse, such as Venezuela, people recovered batteries from broken devices to keep flashlights and radios working. Cardboard boxes, bubble wrap, and packing fillers are excellent thermal insulators. Cardboard can be used to start fires, improvise shelters, protect cold floors, or create moisture barriers. Bubble wrap can cover pipes, windows, or delicate tools. In difficult times, those who need to move or store belongings cannot always buy packing materials, so having a small stock can be useful or tradable. Oil, detergent, or paint containers, as well as plastic buckets, are pure gold for storage. Food-grade ones allow you to store rice, flour, sugar, or legumes for years. Non-food-grade ones serve to transport water, store tools, or protect supplies. Small containers like yogurt or margarine cups help organize seeds, screws, or medicines. In a crisis, space and order become essential. A device that no longer works is still a treasure full of parts. Cables, screws, motors, magnets, fans, boards, and casings. When there are no spare parts or fast deliveries, repairing becomes a vital skill. Keeping components allows you to fix your own devices or trade parts with others. Even if you don't know how to repair today, having materials gives you the chance to learn. This is one of the objects most people throw away without thinking. But if one day the internet stops working, those manuals become survival guides. They contain diagrams, maintenance instructions, parts lists, and repair procedures. In Cuba, during the crisis of the 1990s, many kept old cars running thanks to printed manuals. Organize them by categories: appliances, tools, vehicles, electronics. Every time you cut a tomato, a pepper, or a squash, you are holding in your hands the possibility of producing food. Saving seeds is one of the oldest and most effective ways to secure food. Not all will germinate, but many will. You only need to wash them, dry them, and store them in labeled paper envelopes. In times of scarcity, those who have seeds have autonomy. We depend so much on GPS that we have forgotten how to orient ourselves without it. But if the network goes down, or you can't charge your phone, a paper map can save you. It allows you to find alternative routes, identify rivers, high areas, rural roads, and possible shelters. Keep maps of your city, your region, and nearby areas in accessible places. Paper serves to start fires, insulate, wrap fragile objects, make compost, or cover soil in the garden. You don't need to accumulate mountains, but you should maintain a constant supply. In scarcity situations, paper becomes valuable again. Pill containers are small, resistant, waterproof, and perfect for storing tiny objects. Matches, hooks, screws, seeds, medicines, or emergency kits. Just remember to remove the labels to protect your privacy. Leftover wax can be melted and turned into new candles. It also serves to waterproof fabrics, lubricate zippers, or protect tools. In a scenario where electricity fails, the ability to produce your own light is fundamental. Aluminum can be reused many times. It serves to cook, cover food, reflect heat, or even make improvised utensils. Cans can become small stoves, containers, or tools. In many countries in crisis, artisanal aluminum recycling became a source of income. These small objects allow you to repair, secure, join, and organize almost anything. A box full of elastic bands, zip ties, wires, and hooks can solve dozens of everyday problems without expensive tools. Even when they are no longer good for walking, they contain valuable materials: rubber soles, laces, leather, and pieces that can be reused for repairs. In a prolonged crisis, footwear wears out quickly, and replacing it can be difficult. Knowing how to repair it is a very valuable skill.